Well, the second game here, Players Championship 9 on streaming board 2 with me, Dan Dawson. It's Robbie Green versus Darren Johnson, Kong versus Dynamite, and both guys who've enjoyed impressive runs
Practice over.
on the
It's
Pro
Robbie
Tour
to throw first for the bullseye.
very recently.
.25.
So Dynamite Darren Johnson made the semi-finals of the UK Open qualifying
25. Through again,
event,
please, in
the
reverse
second one
order.
we had.
.25.
Of course, made it all the way to the final of one of these.
25.
Only
Again,
beaten
please,
by
in reverse order.
Simon Whitlock. That was the 4th Players Championship event. We've had 8 of these so far this year. 8 different winners. The last weekend we saw 2 brand new winners
Bullseye.
on the PDC circuit, Darryl Gurney and Joe Cullen.
Bullseye. Once again, please, in reverse order.
Well, these two just battling it out for the right to throw first in this one, matching each other dart for dart at the moment. Carries on like that over the next 11 legs. We're going to have a cracker.
25.
Mensur Suljevic, the number 3 seed, awaits the winner of this one, having overcome
25.
Adam
Once
Hunt.
again, please, in reverse order. .25.
Kong, a man who has fully embraced his nickname.
25.
Got the shirt,
again,
got the
please,
tattoos.
in reverse order.
It's quite a piece of work, that dart shirt. It's even got sort of big gorilla
25.
nipples on it. Very good attention to detail.
Outside the 25, it will be Darren to throw first.
Well, there we go. Finally, we have decided who will throw first, and it is Dynamite Darren Johnson, the Yorkshireman from Mexborough, same part of the world as the great Dennis Priestley.
140.
See Dennis's picture on the walls of Ali Pali, the World Championship, as one of the former world champions. Respect from the
41.
wall for Dennis. Darren Johnson, not a man who has made it
56.
to the World Championship, but if he keeps playing as he has been doing at the start of this year, then he's got
40.
a very real chance. Because making that final in the Players Championship, his first PDC final, beating some serious names along the way. Just rattled through. He's beaten by Whitlock in the final, obviously, but
58.
beat Van Gogh in the semis, beat Benito van der Pas in the quarterfinals, beat the Muffin Man, Steve Hine, beat Barney earlier on in the day.
60.
And he said this, Darren Johnson, that, you know, the calibre of players that he has been beating has just instilled him with renewed belief in his own
59.
abilities and the confidence to step up and be a threat. Is he going to threaten this? Well, needed the treble 15 for a dart at double top. But he's going to leave tops. Robbie Green, an absolute mile away. He's had 4 visits to the board. He's only scored 200 points. He's not going to leave a finish here, so Darren Johnson,
98.
all the time in the world to get the first leg on the board. Double 10.
.20.
Ooh. If you're going to miss when your opponent is a long way away from a finish, I suppose.
65.
He's down to a finish now, Robbie Green, but he's still a long way off. And he probably busts this, does he?
16.
No. Takes out the single 1, so he'll come back looking at double 2 unless Robbie Green can produce his best visit of the entire leg. He's not going to do that. Nice and high.
100.
Bust it. Leave himself tops. Well, for 22 darts, hold of throw. Oh, in the madhouse. Darren Johnson.
2 scores.
Oh. It is a nightmare on the doubles for Darren Johnson, and Robbie Green somehow gets darts for the leg. All of which
20.
he misses. Well, these guys are absolutely deadly throwing for the bullseye at the start of the game, trying to decide who goes first.
No score.
But they cannot hit a double at all. My word.
Game shot.
Ah, there we go. Robbie Green somehow breaks the throw in a leg of darts that, well, you could scare your kids at night telling them stories of that leg of darts. Absolute horror show, but a breaker throw it is. And look at this. Robbie Green kicks off 180. Where was that for the previous 9 visits?
55. $57.
We are getting results from
70.
around the other 15 boards of action coming in. They'll go on the PDC website, pdc.tv. I can tell you that the world #1 Michael van Gerwen has absolutely battered his way through his opening game. He's beaten Chris Quantock 6-zip. Gary Anderson has beaten fellow Scotsman John Henderson 6-3. And Anderson, 16th seed today, playing on board 2. The winner of that board plays the winner of board 1, which so it could be Michael van Gerwen and Gary Anderson in the last 16. Still plenty of darts to be played before then. I can tell you that Kim Hybrecht's number 8 seed has been knocked out by Rob Cross. That was over on the other streaming board with Chris Murphy. Gerwin Price a winner. 6-1 against Sven Grön. He's going to take on Stephen Burton, who's seen off Prakash Jiwa, the Apache 6-3.
67, yes. 112. $62. Game shot. $134. $100.
Well, maximum for Johnson?
100.
Yeah, it is. Darren Johnson fires in the 180. If you're wondering how I went there, literally just sort of started rearranging all the equipment, plugged in a new telly, that sort of business. So, apologies. But I can actually see what's going on now. And right now, Darren Johnson has suddenly come to life. Robbie Green.
140.
It's on 40. Leaves the 1-2-1. Darren Johnson, 18 for double 16 to get his first leg on the board. And that's a lot better from Darren Johnson. After a sluggish start to this one, he fires in the 11 darter. He is off and running. Just update you with some more scores from around the Robin Park Tennis Centre today. Dave Chisnell, been superb last couple of weeks in the Premier League. Seen off
140.
Jim Walker, 6-4 in his opening game. The Diamond Ian White, 6-4 winner against Big Vincent Camphouse. Simon Whitlock is out. Simon Whitlock, the number 4 seed and 5 titles in the last 6 months. He's been beaten 6-4 by Matt Clark. No such problems for Joe Cullen, winner last time out on the Pro Tour. Beat Jim Brown 6-5.
100.
Peter Snake by right has seen off Keegan Brown 6-3. Darryl Gurney, the other man to have won the last weekend, alongside Joe Cullen. Very nearly made it 2 wins in 2 days. Darryl Gurney missed a
24.
dart for the title as Cullen claimed his first. He's won 6-3 against John Michael. James Wade, he's here today and he's through to the second round after a 6-2 win over Rob Hewson. Jelle Klaas and a 6-4 winner over Madars Razma. Benito's out. Van der Pass beaten 6-4 by Richard North. Man who keeps producing impressive results. Alan Norris, winner. The very first event of the year. He's lost to Super Ted. Ted Everts, 6-3 winner as Johnson looks at the 1-6-1. It's on. But no longer.
137.
Very nicely set up by Dynamite Darren Johnson, though. Robbie Green for a killer. What a shot this would be. Double top. Robbie Green takes out the 160 and Darren Johnson's wonderful setup work comes to nothing. 3-1 to Kong with a magical moment. Michael Smith, another seeded player here today, seeded number 14. He's beaten Ryan Meikle. Smith is the top seed on board 16. And the winner of that board faces the winner of this board.
140.
So if Robbie Green can convert this 3-1 lead into a victory, he would take on Mensur Suljevic. But Darren Johnson's got something to say about that as he fires in another 180. Certainly burst into life, Darren Johnson. Since the end of that second leg, going 2-0 down, fired an 11 darter. He was sat on double 12 when Kong took out the 160 in the previous leg, and well, just a stray dart into the treble 1 there, and that just opens the door for Green. And back up to the treble 20.
91.
Well, leaves him 130. A little bit easier than 138. Snarl from Darren Johnson. Didn't like that much.
45.
Well, the 130, piece of cake after you've just taken out a 160, surely. Ugh. But Johnson, a couple of poor visits means that there's no guarantee he's going to get a dart for the leg. He could go for the bullseye with his first dart to try and guarantee a dart to win the leg. Can he hurt Green in the same way that Green hurt him? Well, treble 18 for double or bull tops. Oh, he's gone treble 20. Why not for double 15? Oh, misses outside. Well, I quite like that shot. You only get one dart at a double. Doesn't really matter which one it's going to be. Just try and give yourself a dart, the best chance, and you go for treble 20 all the time. But Green does pin double 12. 4-1. Robbie Green throwing for a 5-1 lead. Real problems now for Darren Johnson. They have met twice before, these two, 1 win apiece.
140.
Darren Johnson won at the start of 2015. That was in a Euro Tour qualifier.
96.
But Robbie did win in Barnsley in the Players' Championship on his way to a quarter-final run. That's his best run
63.
so far this year. By quite a stretch, actually. He didn't manage to make it to the UK Open. Only picked up 500 quid. Needed to pick up at least another 250 quid over the 6 events. Perhaps one of the higher profile players not to make it to Minehead for the UK Open. Probably Mensur Suljevic was the highest, but you know, he didn't play in those tournaments because he was back home looking after his wife.
60.
Don't play in the qualifiers, you're not going to get in. But Robbie played in all 6 of them and just didn't manage to do enough. However, quarter-final run at the start of this month.
41.
The Players' Championship is his best run on the Pro Tour for a while. Did make a quarter-final of the Players' Championship finals, of course, Robbie Green. Played some really good darts.
98.
So perhaps doubly disappointing for Kong that, same venue, Players' Championship finals in the UK Open. He was there just a couple of months before, has good memories of it, played some good darts on that stage, and then didn't get the opportunity to go and do it again at the UK Open because he didn't do enough in the qualifiers. He's already taken out 160. Is he going to take out 140? Well, not quite.
100.
But he will leave himself double top. Johnson. It might have to go, Darren. And it's not going to.
$58.
And Robbie Green to push Darren Johnson to the brink. Working his way down to it. And gets there. Robbie Green is one leg away. Darren Johnson must win the next 5, or he will be going home. You don't win a bean for going out in round 1 of these Pro Tour events.
99. $100. $58.
Robbie Green unable to come through the qualifiers for the European Tour events last night.
180.
Bit more luck for Darren Johnson though. Came through for the 5th event. Beat Steve Weston a deciding leg.
85.
Four maximums in this match for these two. 2 apiece. And Robbie Green
60.
has got himself down to a finish after 9. That's what these guys are all aiming to do. If you have 3 visits and you're down to a shot, even if it's a big one,
133.
gives them a chance. That's decent work from Darren Johnson to leave the 126. But Robbie Green, having already taken out 160, is looking at an even tougher one. He's unable to find the treble 17 that would have given him a match dart at the bullseye. Johnson may get a dart at the bull. Needs treble 19. Gets treble 19. Bullseye.
95.
And Robbie Green should get at least 1 dart to close this out. Treble 16 or treble 8. 16 for the double. Double 16 it is. A 6-1 win for Kong. Robbie Green, the last time he beat Darren Johnson, he went all the way to the quarter-final.